Hello, what's your name?
Hello, my name's Tennille from Secret Creek and this is my assistant Lincoln. Today we're going to make perfect vegan pancakes.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so we're going to start with our dry ingredients in the bowl. So this is our self-raising flour. Don't touch it. I'm going to put that in. You can put this one in. You want to put that one in?
What is this?
Okay, so that's sugar and a little bit of salt. Now, the sugar, my feelings about pancakes are that the actual pancake should be super, super simple. And my recipe, which you'll find in the comments, is very simple. The flavors, all the stuff that you add to the pancakes to make them delicious should be all the toppings. So, pop that in.
The whole thing?
Yep, the whole thing. Put it in. Good job.
Okay.
All right, and then we've got our baking powder and bicarb. Do you want to put that in as well?
Sure.
Pop it in. Good job. Oh, I think we lost a little bit. That's okay. Put that down. All right, so we're just going to mix all of our dry ingredients just a little bit in the bowl. Now, all right, so we're going to start with our dry mix in the bowl. And then we're going to add all of our wet ingredients. So, so simple. That's it. Now, a couple of tips at this stage are to... so we're just going to add our oil, our vinegar, and our soy milk.
Can I pull this?
Now, you can actually use, a different plant-based milk if you like. Soy milk works the best, but you can use a different plant-based milk.
Can I stir this one? I'm going to stir this.
Let me start it off and then you can give it a stir.
I'm going to stir down.
All right, little stir, little stir.
It's thick.
Yep, it is thick. Now, that brings me to my next tip. So what you want is you want a batter that has some lumps left in it. You don't want to overmix. You really don't want to overmix your pancake batter. So what we want is a little bit of a stir, but it's actually fine if you've got a little bit of lumps in there.
A little bit more stirring.
All right, so that is the consistency of what our vegan pancake batter should look like. Right? Now, one of the things that when people have like really thin pancakes and they're not super thick and fluffy, those yummy, like really soft, fluffy ones that you get.
Is this how you taste it?
No, don't taste it, darling. The reason why is because their batter is too thin. So you end up with like more like a crepe. So really, it's totally fine to have a nice thick batter like that. So we're just going to turn our pan on.
I'm going to do a taste test, and this is going to be so fun doing that taste test. I'm really hungry.
You're really... Okay, another tip is to let your batter sit for 5 to 10 minutes before you start. What we're going to do is we're going to get our pan super hot. So we want a super hot pan to start with and just a little bit of spray oil. So just a really sort of light spray. It's a good idea to use a non-stick pan as well as a tiny bit of spray oil, but we really want to have not very much oil in that pan. So that's our next tip. So we're going to wait for that to be super, super hot before we start to ladle in our pancake batter. All right, so we're going to start. You'll notice in my recipe as well that there's not very much sugar in the batter. There's only a tiny amount of sugar. That's because we don't want the pancake to actually cook too much, and that's what happens when you've got a lot of sugar in your batter. So if you have a pancake recipe that has a lot of sugar actually in the pancake batter, it's not going to cook really well.
It's a little thick.
We just want enough to just brown that edge of the pancake without actually burning it before the inside cooks. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to quickly ladle in our pancakes. And once we've filled the pan, so I've got this on hot, if you remember, so I've got this up high. We'll just start with 3. So we've got enough room to flip them. They're not very neat, but anyway. And then what we're going to do is we're going to turn the pan down. So once it's hot, then we turn the pan down. Okay, so we put it in while the pan is very hot, and then we turn the pan down. Okay, so we're turning the pan down to sort of not quite minimum, but sort of like, you know, medium to medium low, I guess. And then we just wait for them to cook. So what we're waiting for is to see lots of bubbles all over the surface of the pancake. And I will show you when it gets to the point that we want to flip it. We don't want to be flipping our pancakes, you know, over and back and over and back in order to get them cooked well. We should be able to see when they're cooked well enough on this side to be able to only flip them once. So we really have to cook one side.
It's hot.
Yes, that's hot. What do you think? Do you think they're looking good?
I think they're looking good.
Yeah?
You don't
All right, so we're almost ready to flip them. We've got our little bubbles on the top, but we can also start to see that the edges are, you can kind of start to see. You can also, if we want, we can pick up just a corner of it and have a look. And we see that we've got a nice golden pancake on the other side.
Oh, you want a fluffy real?
It's going to be super fluffy when they're done. All right, so we've got that nice crispy edge and nice fluffy inside. They're looking good, right?
Yeah, they're looking good.
They're looking really good.
Let's see.
So the second side shouldn't take too long.
Let's see if it's
We don't
cooked
need to cook them for very long on the other side.
Let's see if they're cooked. Oh, I see it's. Look, I see that one cooked. I see the cooked. See that? It's cooked. It's cooked. Other side. It's cooking on the other side.
All right, so we can give it a little have a little look and see, but we've got our nice fluffy pancake. All right. So when we're doing the second batch, we're going to turn that pan back up again. So one batch at a time, turn that pan back up again, give it another little spray, just a little light spray. With that spray oil as well, you want to be using something that's very mild in flavour. Don't use like an olive oil spray. Don't use coconut oil spray. You want something that's just like a regular sort of vegetable oil. All right, so our pan's back up. We're going to ladle in our pancakes again. And once they're all in, turn it down. Careful. All right, they're all in. We're going to turn it back down again to cook through. So while they're cooking, let's talk toppings. What I like to do is follow a bit of a plan when I'm trying to come up with the toppings. I want something from the crunchy category, something from the fruity category. We want a sauce and we want something creamy. So let me give you an example. Fruity, Lincoln, what's your favourite fruit?
Oranges.
Oranges? How about strawberries? Strawberries is his favourite fruit. So, strawberries. We want chopped up strawberries, okay? And then we want something crunchy, so we could have something like a pepita praline or something like that. And then something saucy. So we want a sauce. What sauce would go well with that? Maybe maple syrup?
Wait, chocolate is crunchy.
Chocolate is kind of crunchy, but it melts a little bit on pancakes, so we might not want to use that. But maybe some chopped nuts of some kind.
Wait,
yeah? So another example, like we've got, say, bananas. You want to maybe some caramel sauce, some peanuts, chopped up peanuts, and like vanilla ice cream. Yeah,
like peanuts are crunchy.
They are. So yeah, creamy, crunchy, fruity sauce.
Crunch.
Those are the four things, the four categories.
I almost fell on the grass.
So the amounts in my recipe, which is in the comments of the video, should make enough. So should make enough for sort of 4 people.
See if it's done now.
Around about 4 people for the.
Flip it over now.
So you can easily halve that recipe or double it if you need more.
Flip it over.
Let's have a look. Let's have a see. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Let's put them on our plate.
So we can get how much we want. Only 2 we can get. We can only get 2.
I think we've got a friend. Hello.
Yes, he's a friend.
Is he our friend?
Yeah, he's one of our friends. He's also a little bit of our friend.
It's hot, it's hot, it's hot.
It's hot.
It's hot.
It's
All right, and then we turn it down. So once we've put it in, we turn it down.
Can I pet that dude?
Hot.
I want to pet him. Guys, these are some really yummy pancakes. Let's eat them.
We got to put the toppings on first.
Come on, let's get the pot.
Okay, we're just going to go get some toppings.
Yeah.
Smelling the pancakes. Okay, I've got a different assistant now. The finished pancakes has... So this is Clark, my other assistant. So what I've got here is some creamy chocolate ice cream, some strawberries, fresh strawberries, maple syrup, and some cacao crunch chopped up. All right, what do you think, Clark? Do you want to give it a try?
Yeah. With the ice cream in it. Ouch. I'm always
Is it good? What do you think?
good.
Mm?
I'm always falling.
Mm-mm. Delish.
Kangaroo's supposed to be in the shop.
He's eating pancake batter.
Is the kangaroo in the shop? Who is that? Oh. Do you like it, Clarky? Here.
I want more. Come on.
Mm-mm. Delicious. Okay, thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.